400 goals. It's a number that separates the great strikers from the legends. A milestone most players will only ever dream of hitting. Kylian Mbappé. He just blew past it. And he didn't just get there, he got there faster than Messi, faster than Ronaldo, faster than any player in the modern era. He isn't just breaking records, he's taking the timeline of football greatness and completely rewriting it. So, how did he do it? And what does this ridiculous achievement mean for his quest to become the greatest of all time? It happened on November 16, 2025. In the middle of a high-stakes World Cup qualifier, the inevitable became reality. Kylian Mbappé, at just 26 years, 10 months, and 25 days old, scored his 400th official senior career goal. Let that sink in for a second. At an age where most players are just hitting their peak, Mbappé has already stacked up a legendary career's worth of goals. He's now part of a club reserved for the absolute titans of the sport. But he walked through the door years ahead of schedule. This isn't just another number to add to the books, it's a statement. It's a declaration that the era of Mbappé isn't on the horizon. It's already here, and it's moving at a speed we've never seen before. The stats are mind-bending, the context is unreal, and his trajectory is pointing straight toward history. To really get how massive this is, you have to put him side by side with the giants of the game. The very players he's chasing in the GOAT debate. Lionel Messi, the man many consider the most gifted scorer ever, hit 400 goals at 27 years and 3 months old. Kylian did it nearly half a year sooner. And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, the most prolific goal scorer in football history. A walking monument to relentless ambition. Ronaldo bagged his 400th career goal when he was 28 years and 11 months old. Mbappé beat his timeline by over 2 full years. Even other modern legends like Neymar and Robert Lewandowski were years older, hitting the 400-goal mark at 29 and 30. Respectively, Mbappé has fundamentally bent the curve. But there is one name from the history books who still stands alone. The mythical Pelé, who reportedly scored his 400th goal at the jaw-dropping age of 23. While Pelé's records come from a different era, the fact that Mbappé is the youngest player since the Brazilian king to hit this milestone proves he's operating in a statistical stratosphere reserved for the immortals. So, how did he get here this fast? You have to rewind to the 2016-17 season. A fearless teenager in an AS Monaco shirt was running wild in League One, and, even more shockingly, tearing apart elite defenses in the Champions League. This is where the world got its first look at that terrifying blend of raw speed and ice-cold finishing. In his short but spectacular time at Monaco, he fired in 27 goals. He wasn't just some promising kid, he was a phenomenon, leading a team of underdogs to a French League title and a Champions League semi-final. It was obvious right then. This wasn't a normal career path. It was the birth of a prodigy. His record-smashing move to Paris Saint-Germain was the rocket fuel that turned the prodigy into a global megastar. For most players, especially a teenager, a €180 million price tag would be a crushing weight. For Mbappé, it was just motivation. Over 7 seasons in Paris, he became a goal-scoring machine, racking up an incredible 256 goals and smashing Edinson Cavani's all-time club record. He completely owned the French league, winning 5 Ligue 1 Golden Boots and becoming the undeniable face of the club. This was the period where Mbappé stopped being a future legend and became a present-day force of nature. And then, the move everyone saw coming, the legendary white shirt of Real Madrid. Pulling on that jersey at the Santiago Bernabéu is a trial by fire. It's where legends are either forged or forgotten. For Mbappé, it's been a coronation. In less than 2 seasons, he has already put up a breathtaking 62 goals for Los Blancos. He's shown up in La Liga, delivered on those huge Champions League nights, and proven that he was built for the biggest stage in club football. Madrid waited years for him, and he's repaying that faith with a goal-scoring rate that is simply absurd. And for his country, his impact has been just as massive. From the second he made his debut for France, he's been an anchor for the team. He's already at 55 goals for the French national team. He's now just 2 goals away from passing Olivier Giroud to become France's all-time leading scorer, a record he's certain to break before he even turns 28. And he does it when it counts. He was the first teenager since Pelé to score in a World Cup final during France's 2018 victory. 4 years later, in the 2022 Section 7, thematic section, big game player. Quality and context that really matter. He is the very definition of a big game player. His goals aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet, they are game-changing moments that win titles and define tournaments. He has 12 goals in just 14 World Cup matches, a pace that puts him on a clear path to challenge Miroslav Klose's all-time record of 16. In the Champions League, he already has 60 goals, putting him 6th on the all-time scoring list for the competition. He scores in finals. He scores in knockout rounds against the best teams on the planet. This isn't a striker padding his stats against weak teams. This is a predator who does his hunting on the biggest stages. Section 8. The GOAT Conversation. What the numbers really mean. So, let's circle back to the big question. Is he on track to become the greatest of all time? Hitting 400 goals at this age is a huge point in his favor, but the debate is a little more complicated. While he's the youngest of the modern legends to hit this mark, Lionel Messi was slightly more efficient. Messi reached 400 goals in just 525 matches, 12 fewer than the 537 games it took Mbappé. That just shows you the insane consistency of Messi's peak. Then you have the question of longevity, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo's kingdom. In one of the wildest stats in football, Ronaldo scored over 400 goals after turning 30. That's a testament to a level of physical dedication and relentless hunger that Mbappé will have to sustain for another decade just to match. But maybe the clearest sign of Mbappé's mindset comes from his own reaction to the milestone. He reportedly said, "400 goals doesn't impress people. I want to leave my mark in football history, so I need to score 400 more." He then alluded to the two titans he's chasing, referencing one with 950-plus goals and another with 900-plus. A clear nod to Ronaldo and Messi. That's the mentality of a player who isn't just satisfied with breaking records. He wants to completely obliterate them. Section 9. The Future. Chasing Ghosts. At just 26, the future is an open road, lined with records waiting to be smashed. The all-time goal record for France is right there for the taking. Klose's World Cup record is a very realistic target. But the biggest ghost he's chasing belongs to Cristiano Ronaldo, the all-time goal record, now pushing past 950 goals. For years, that number seemed untouchable, but with Mbappé's current pace, his youth, and his bottomless ambition, the impossible is starting to feel possible. Of course, he's not the only one. The Norwegian goal-scoring cyborg, Erling Haaland, is on his own historic tear, and will be right there with him, pushing him every step of the way. CTA, we are watching a once-in-a-generation race to the top of the history books. What Mbappé has done is simply unprecedented in the modern game. He has reset the clock on what it means to be an all-time great scorer. The question is no longer if he will become one of the greatest ever, but where he will stand among the absolute gods of the game when it's all said and done. Will Mbappé catch Ronaldo's all-time goal record? Dropped a paradigm shift. Kylian Mbappé has taken the timeline that Messi and Ronaldo built and completely torn it apart. He's moving at a pace that defies being made in real time, one breathtaking goal at a time. And the scariest part? He's just getting warmed up.